Wait, don't close this video. What I'm about to tell you, I received today at 4 in the morning through direct channeling from higher powers. I was awakened by such a powerful wave of energy that I literally jumped out of bed. All the electronic clocks in the house stopped, and then the transmission of information began. The higher powers showed me a list of people who will disappear first in the year 2025. I had to record this video immediately. At the end, I will tell you how to protect yourself from what's happening. But it's important to watch until the end. Each category is connected to the next. And before I start, I want to talk about what's happening right now. You've probably noticed that strange things have been happening lately. It's as if time has sped up. You can't get anything done in time. Technology is malfunctioning more and more often. Electronic devices are breaking down, as are gadgets. People are behaving strangely, suddenly changing their habits and patterns of behavior. Many people are acting irrationally, both online and in real life. The weather is becoming unpredictable. Where it used to be cold, it's getting warm, and vice versa. Where it used to be dry, it's now pouring with rain. Where it used to rain all the time, drought is beginning. None of this is accidental. The Earth is entering a special vibration, a special vibrational zone. The Schumann resonance frequency is increasing every day. We see that the northern lights are occurring in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere, the aurora australis is also appearing. This didn't happen before. So the quantum transition has begun. Who will disappear first in 2025? I'll start with number 7. The 7th group is the non-believers. These are the people who completely deny the existence of the spiritual world and subtle planes. And I'm not just talking about skeptics. Let me tell you a real case from my practice. Last week, one of my students came to me. Her husband, a successful entrepreneur, started behaving strangely. I should mention that he belonged to the category of non-believers and completely rejected anything spiritual. He used to say that his wife was involved in all sorts of nonsense. At first, he simply stopped recognizing his loved ones, then he began to forget basic things, and eventually he just fell into a stupor. He would sit and stare at one spot for hours. Doctors were at a loss, as were psychologists. All his test results were normal. Do you know why? Because his consciousness began to be erased from our reality. Fortunately, his wife practiced spiritual techniques and was able to help him. She managed to activate a protective shield, and he returned to a normal life. Moreover, he even reached a new level of success in business. The second category is number 6. These are energy vampires. You can easily recognize energy vampires. Surely you've encountered such people in your life. These are people who constantly whine, complain about life, and create drama out of nothing. They are always stirring up negative emotions in others, provoking feelings of guilt, envy, or aggression. And after interacting with them, you feel drained. Many people get headaches, and these kinds of people have also started to disappear. Here's a story from real life. One of my students worked in an office, and they had a colleague like that, a real vampire, who came to work every day with new dramas, complaints, and problems, creating conflicts, stirring up arguments, gossiping, and pitting people against each other. And every one of the employees got headaches because of her. But in December, right before New Year's, this woman suddenly stopped coming to work, and soon everyone forgot about her and couldn't even remember her name. Even her documents somehow got lost. See what I mean? It's already started. Group 5, the sleeping souls, the largest risk group. They live simply on autopilot. Work, home, work. No goals, no sense of purpose, no growth, just biological existence. Here's another example for you. 2 weeks ago, one of my students came to me in tears. Her best friend had started to disappear. At first, she just became apathetic, lost interest in life, and people stopped noticing her, literally bumping into her in stores as if they didn't see her, walking right through her. Then her social media accounts were suddenly blocked. She lost her phone and couldn't restore her SIM card either. It was as if she was starting to fade away. Her physical body was still here, but it was as if the person herself was already gone. But if you're watching this video, you're definitely not one of them. Higher powers have brought you here for a reason. Your soul has already awakened and is demanding change. So let's continue. Number 4, digital zombies. Pay attention to what's happening around you. Many people have simply stopped noticing the real world. They live entirely inside their computers and phones. I call them digital zombies. These people consume megatons of content, can't even go to the bathroom without their phone, and can't go a single day without the internet. They've already forgotten the last time they were out in nature. For them, nature is some kind of universal nightmare, just spiders, snakes, mosquitoes, bears, and wild boars, and it seems like every bush is hiding nothing but danger. They want to stay in their comfortable apartment, preferably never go outside at all, order convenient food delivery, and consume vast amounts of digital content. That's their idea of the absolutely perfect way to spend their valuable time and enjoy their lives. These people will also disappear if they truly find a way to realize their dream of staying at home, immersed in digital content and ordering food delivery. In essence, these people have already disappeared. They have neither a mission nor a goal. This is also a kind of biological existence. Remember in the movie The Matrix, when a person was hanging in a pod on a plantation and their energy was feeding the Matrix? That is already happening now. And group 3 is precisely those who are stuck in the Matrix. These people refuse to see the truth. They believe everything they're told in the news, in some videos, on television, and they believe everyone without asking questions, without critical thinking, and live in any artificially created reality made for them. Every day, governments, marketers, sociologists, and political scientists create entire worlds of artificial realities for us, where in one country it seems like everything is heading for disaster, and in another it seems like everything is moving toward prosperity. And even if the facts say otherwise, these people can't put 2 and 2 together. And what happens to such people? They also lose themselves, they turn into a shadow. Here's a recent story about an acquaintance of mine. Her friend is the director of a large company, successful, wealthy, but then he started experiencing various early signs, strange coincidences, hints, prophetic dreams. Everything was telling and screaming at him that it was time to embark on a spiritual awakening. He ignored it and continued to exist in his own matrix, blaming everything on stress. And then people stopped recognizing him. First, his employees stopped noticing him, and then even his own children. He began to turn into a shadow and soon fell ill. It turned out he had cancer, and he didn't live long. He simply passed away from cancer. Group number 2, the servants of darkness. This is a dangerous category. These are the ones who are fully aware of the upcoming events, but deliberately hinder the awakening of others. They can be various people, even esoteric gurus or speakers. There is a category, for example, of dark ones who intentionally mess with people's heads and distract them with all sorts of useless activities. And people think they're doing something useful. In reality, they are just wasting their time watching such videos, distracting themselves from the actual truth. There are those who interfere, who consciously hinder with their actions. For example, bright souls, such as warriors of light. Almost every time I hold a public webinar in Zoom, dark ones show up and try to disrupt it. They play all sorts of disgusting videos. They try to draw on the screen. They start clicking around, doing other things as well. And you know what? Every time I just hold that pause and they simply disappear. They vanish, their messages and drawings disappear, and everyone immediately forgets about them and continues on with the webinar. But lately, I've learned how to set up protection, and now, in more than half of the cases, they can't break into my events. And the very last group is the first group. These are the latecomers, those who understand everything but keep putting off taking action. They want to awaken their abilities. They want intuition, spirituality, awareness, but they keep postponing it all the time. Right now isn't the time. I'll finish the project first after my vacation next month. I had one subscriber like that, and she kept putting things off and putting things off until she started noticing strange things happening. Her bank card stopped working, then her work pass wouldn't work, and the system couldn't identify her. And that's when she came to see me. She joined my channeling marathon and realized what was going on. Look, I'm not just telling you these strange stories for no reason. Look around you, all the signs are already here. Mass confusion of consciousness. People are behaving strangely. Technology is malfunctioning more and more often. Entire families are falling into stupor and numbness, into apathy and depression. But I also have good news. The higher powers have given me techniques of absolute protection, and I am opening an emergency enrollment for the channeling marathon. In 5 days, you will receive your personal quantum protection code, activation of your abilities, protection for your family and loved ones, and my direct channel of communication with the higher powers. The number of spots is strictly limited. 88 people, that is a sacred number, so follow the link right now. Every day, more and more people are disappearing. Don't put it off until tomorrow. Tomorrow might be too late. Did you watch until the end? That means you are truly chosen. Your soul brought you to me for a reason. Click the link below this video immediately. Remember, hesitation is deadly dangerous. This is the final warning from the higher powers. I'll be waiting for you on the other side.